Good evening, everyone. I'm Kevin Hodge. Tonight on your WZMQ 19 News, President Trump claims a new government website will help lower prescription drug prices. We'll have the details. Plus, another No Kings protest is scheduled across the nation this weekend. We'll hear what we might see in Michigan. And an $86 million budget approved, and new face joins the Marquette County Board. We'll have the details from tonight's meeting. Your 19 News at 11 starts now.
Live from the UP, this is WZMQ 19 News at 11.
Welcome in. A first look at your forecast. Cloud cover continues to push through the Upper Peninsula, but that will act almost as that atmospheric blanket, keeping in any warmth that we had throughout today. So temperatures will be on the mild side, some mid-40s, even some upper 40s out to Munising and out to St. Ignace. So really a comfortable night for us. We'll start off tomorrow with mostly cloudy skies. We should see some gradual clearing throughout the day. Plenty of sunshine, perfect time to take that evening walk, and it's going to be a true fall day, nice and seasonal into the mid-50s. We'll talk about the rest of the week and a look at the weekend in just a few minutes.
Kelly, thank you very much. President Trump recently unveiled a new plan to reduce prescription prices for Americans. There are several components to this plan. One of them is a new government website called TrumpRx.gov. Our Washington, D.C. correspondent Brendan Scanlon spoke with some pharmaceutical experts to learn more about the concept.
In July, President Trump sent over a dozen letters to leading drug makers urging them to cut prices. Both Pfizer and AstraZeneca recently struck deals with the White House, becoming the first two companies to pledge steep drug discounts.
I think for the first time, we're seeing pharmaceutical companies now really complying with and trying to work with the administration.
The companies will sell certain drugs to Medicaid at a similar price offered to other wealthy countries and have agreed to participate in the recently announced Trump RX website, which is set to serve as a portal to help patients find cheaper options. Dr. William Solomon says it's too early to measure the impact, but predicts Medicaid recipients and those taking brand name drugs will see the biggest savings.
80% of drugs in America that are prescribed are generic drugs. And for those individuals, this is not going to make much of a difference. How this is going to pan out for patients that have Medicare or patients that are commercially insured, that remains to be seen.
Our system's addiction to discounts and rebates stand in the way of a focus that actually can bring down the sticker prices of those medicines, thus lowering the risk and the cost exposure that incurs to patients and employers and government programs.
Antonio Chacha says the premise of Trump RX is to take brand name drugs, which are traditionally hyperinflated relative to their actual cost, and offer them at a discount.
So in a way, it doesn't fix the brokenness of our system. It tries to create a pathway around it.
For example, Xeljanz, an arthritis medication that can cost $6,000 a month, could drop to $3,600. It's a large discount, but still a large price.
It doesn't mean that it's a nothing burger, right? It just means that at the very best, it's planting seeds for what could be something that is better. But as it stands today, it is very limited in terms of its scope, thus limited in its impact.
Reporting in Washington, Brendan Scanlon, WZMQ 19 News.
President Trump posthumously awarded Charlie Kirk with the nation's highest civilian honor, the Presidential Medal of Freedom. In the White House Rose Garden, the president presented the medal to Kirk's wife, Erica Kirk. Today would have been the conservative activist's 32nd birthday. Kirk, who was a friend and political ally of President Trump, was assassinated last month during a speaking event at Utah Valley University.
Today we're here to honor and remember a fearless warrior for liberty, beloved leader who galvanized the next generation like nobody I've ever seen before, and an American patriot of the deepest conviction, the finest quality and the highest caliber, the late, great Charlie Kirk.
The House and Senate approved resolutions last month, making today a National Day of Remembrance for Kirk. Dozens of No Kings rallies are being held across Michigan this month, including one right here in Marquette. Organizers say the events are meant to defend democracy through peaceful, nonviolent action. Our Capitol correspondent Sophia Murphy has a preview of this weekend's events.
Lawmakers and community leaders are preparing for another round of demonstrations they're calling a festival of democracy.
This is literally the situation the founders warned us about. They fought a war against the arbitrary power of a king and enacted our Constitution to ensure that we would never have one again.
More than 100 No Kings rallies are planned across Michigan. Advocates say they're standing up against what they call authoritarian actions by the Trump administration, including the threat to expand National Guard deployments and crackdowns on dissenting voices in media and on campuses.
These troop deployments are about exerting power and domination over cities that are run by Democrats and anybody who is not in line with the Trump agenda.
This weekend's protests follow the first wave of No Kings demonstrations earlier this year. Organizers say they're aiming to keep attention on what they view as growing censorship and intimidation, from lawsuits against major media outlets to the temporary suspension of late-night shows like Jimmy Kimmel Live.
Freedom of speech is the foundation of our democracy. Without it, we don't have a free country. That's why we're rallying right here in Ironwood on October 18th, because in America, we have no kings.
Rallies are being coordinated from Detroit to the Upper Peninsula. Participants are being asked to keep demonstrations nonviolent and to de-escalate any confrontation. Organizers say the No Kings movement is always growing, with more than 2,000 events planned nationwide this weekend. From Michigan's capital, Sophia Murphy, WZMQ 19 News.
The student organization Queers and Allies at Northern Michigan University is raising concerns about recent administrative decisions they say discriminate against diversity-centered student groups. On day one of this fall semester, the student organization received word that numerous university departments would not assist in funding, planning, or hosting its events on campus this year. According to the university, due to federal policy changes, NMU's Student Government and Finance Committee are no longer permitted to fund organizations or events under DEI categories. These include both Lavender Graduation and the annual drag show.
We as Queers and Allies were shocked that we had not heard about this in direct communication from the office. In previous years, we have received a lot of support from the administration at this university for the drag show and other events that celebrate queer students.
19 News reached out to the university for comment last week, but we have not yet received a response. The Marquette County Board has a new budget and a new face. During the regularly scheduled meeting tonight, the Marquette County Board of Commissioners unanimously passed its 2026 budget of nearly $86 million. In addition to the budget, the commission also appointed a new member to the board to replace Johnny DePietro, who resigned last month. The board chose County Attorney Carl Newmanen from a field of 4 finalists. During the session, Newmanen resigned his position as civil counsel to the board and immediately was sworn in as a commissioner.
It is a very exciting time with Marquette County government. We've got an administrator now who's wonderful. I've worked with Dwayne Duray for a long time. We've got civil counsel in place to replace me with Alex Berger. I've worked with him for a long time. The board is full and we're ready to, I'm ready to dig in.
Yes, that's correct.
Newmanen's appointment now brings the board to full strength. Kelly Rowland has your first warning weather forecast when we come back, plus a popular gaming platform under fire. Families are suing Roblox, claiming it failed to protect kids from predators. And Instagram rolls out a big change starting today. We'll tell you about the new policy affecting how teens navigate the platform. Back in 2 minutes.
Now, WZMQ TV 19 First Warning Weather with meteorologist Kelly Rowland.
Welcome back. Thanks for being here. Things are fairly quiet for the rest of the night and into tomorrow, so I want to take a moment just in case you have any friends or family or we're going to plan on going to the East Coast anytime soon. This isn't really an issue anymore. This is fizzling out. This is a satellite image of a loop of what we call a nor'easter. It's not a tropical system. It's still a storm in nature, but what happens is you get the northeast direction of the winds pulling colder air from the north, and you're also getting fed up some warm, moist air from the south. So what happens is they start circling each other, and you can see it just rides up along the East Coast. Typically, a nor'easter is associated with a winter storm, if you've ever heard of it. That's the most likely time frame of it, is the winter time. But late September, early October, you can still get some pretty decent nor'easters that then just become coastal flood issues. So coastal flood advisories, beach erosions, rip current, you name it, anything that does give the same characteristics of a tropical storm. That was along New Jersey and Delaware. And again, they should see improvement in that, but a nor'easter can still push a decent amount of cloud cover and moisture as far as the Upper Peninsula, so we still like to look at other aspects that ultimately impact our local weather. Not too much of a direct impact. We stay clear from most of that. And today, almost perfect report card, 51 for the high, 40 for the low, and we have the average of 53 and 36 for the respective high and low, and it will continue to be that pretty typical fall day for tomorrow. The only difference is we'll start off pretty cloudy, still a result of those showers that we're wanting to push through into the overnight. We should clear most of it out, looking really nice even by lunchtime, and maybe eat a snack outside, take that evening walk, pack your shoes in your work bag in case you want to take a little stroll at work, and we should be good for tomorrow. But the next best chance of rain, and still even at this moment, still looking scattered and isolated for us. We will likely be dealing with some showers come Thursday, so we'll stay mostly dry for tomorrow. Any of this rain that you see right here is likely going to be happening from now until maybe 3 o'clock in the morning, so not too much for the rest of the night, and really nothing for your Wednesday. But then Thursday, we tack on that potential rain, and still very light at that, maybe a quarter of an inch, just a nice little dusting or just a trace of a drizzle or two for Thursday, and that's the next thing that I'll track for you. But Thursday, we also will see a dip in those temperatures. We'll have the influence of that northerly flow of the wind, so we could see a chance of some frost. But again, the normal low temperature is now into the mid-30s, so it's not going to be out of the question to start seeing the frost. I don't have to tell you, living in the Upper Peninsula, that it's going to get cold pretty soon. So we do have a slight chance of some frost Thursday morning. So if you have any plants you still want to keep alive just a little bit longer, that's when you want to bring them inside for Thursday morning. So we're really quiet tomorrow, really beautiful fall day. We'll warm up ever so slightly for Thursday and Friday and Saturday into the mid-60s, and then we will dip back down to reality. The more fall conditions continue for your Sunday, drying things out with temperatures into the mid-50s.
Kelly, thank you again. The online gaming platform Roblox has 380 million monthly users worldwide. Here in the U.S., Roblox is being sued by families who say it fails to protect children from sexual predators. Jolene Kent has the story.
For Stephen, a dad of two, letting his tween son play on the gaming platform Roblox seemed like a safe bet.
I set up every parental control I could find.
Stephen, who asked that we use only his first name for privacy, claims an alleged sex offender posing as a 16-year-old befriended his 13-year-old son on Roblox. He says the child predator then offered his son Roblox gift cards in exchange for sexually explicit photos, which the son sent via Discord, a separate gaming and chat platform.
At a certain point, it was, tell me what your address is. And when he said no, he's like, well, I have these photos of you, I'll tell your parents.
Stephen is now among the dozens of families and attorneys general in Kentucky and Louisiana suing Roblox and other tech platforms, alleging they allowed sexual predators access to their kids.
Our goal at Roblox is to be the safest place on the internet.
Roblox Chief Safety Officer Matt Kaufman told us the company does not allow image sharing in filtered chats and has rolled out over 100 safety features this year, including age estimation and increased chat monitoring to protect all users.
We take every case of harm extremely seriously. Any platform of our size, it draws bad actors, and our job is to do the best that we possibly can to prevent anything from happening on our platform and to report those situations as quickly as possible.
Stephen says he's moved his family across the country to protect them and is helping his son with PTSD and depression.
If you had a moment with the executives at Roblox, at Discord, what would you say to them?
If you cannot make it safe, then it shouldn't exist.
Discord told CBS News that they don't comment on pending litigation, but in a statement said it's deeply committed to safety and works to prevent the spread of sexual exploitation and grooming. And that perpetrator who contacted Stephen's son has pled guilty to felony child endangerment charges.
Instagram has announced a new policy aimed at protecting kids online. Beginning today, Instagram's teen users will only see content on the app that's similar to what they might see while watching a film with a PG-13 rating. The site will hide or limit more mature or sensitive content for those under 18, like swear words, risky stunts, and accounts that routinely post adult content. Every teen account will automatically be opted in.
Really what we wanted to do was speak the language of parents. And parents really know and understand movie rating standards. We train artificial intelligence to be able to find and remove the kind of content that a teen shouldn't see, or make sure that they're not seeing content that would be inappropriate for a teen.
Instagram's parent company Meta says parents will have the ability to make these controls even more restrictive, but cannot read the conversations their teens have on the app. Estate Planning Awareness Week is coming up next week. Time to create or review your plan and update key documents. But according to a recent study, only 24% of Americans have a will. Jill Schlesinger reports.
A recent Caring.com survey found that just 1 in 4 American adults has a will. And surprisingly, the so-called sandwich generation was the largest group without estate documents. While this kind of planning isn't fun, you need to overcome any anxieties associated with the emotional topic and take control. If you don't, the state where you live will determine who should get what, and a local probate court will use a preset formula to divvy up your property and assets. Most people need 3 documents: a will, a durable power of attorney, and a healthcare proxy. A will ensures that your assets are passed to your designated beneficiaries in accordance with your wishes. If you have minor children, you need to name a guardian for them. A healthcare proxy allows you to appoint someone to make healthcare decisions on your behalf if you lose the ability to do so. And a durable power of attorney allows you to appoint someone to act as your financial agent in a variety of circumstances, like withdrawing money from a bank, responding to a tax inquiry, or making a trade. If your circumstances are straightforward, you may be able to complete these documents online. Those with more complex situations, like a second marriage, family estrangement, a special needs family member, or significant assets, should use a qualified estate planning attorney in their state.
Some companies offer estate planning and legal services as part of their benefits package. And according to that survey, the main reason for putting off estate planning is good old procrastination. 43% of people said they just hadn't gotten around to it yet. Mike Ludlam has your sports highlights when we come back. First, we'll see how Marquette boys soccer fared against Alpena earlier tonight. We're back in 2 minutes.
State for Saturday. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Good evening, everyone. High school boys district soccer continues across the state. In Division II, Marquette had the home field this afternoon against Alpena. Marquette had the territorial advantage in the first half. The Sentinels' Oscar Hill with a long pass that locates Finn Stiles in stride. Stiles beats Alpena keeper Brady Ketteridge to the far side. The goal came within 4:49 left in the first half, 1-0 Marquette. Then the players come over and contemplate their situation, decided they like it, and kept playing. It was 1-0 at the break. Less than 5 minutes into the second half, a counterattack for the red and white. Ty Sadler, Lucas Belkowski, he waits and finds Charlie Rohde. Oh, not much Brady Kedrich could do about that one. 2-0 Marquette. And then we go to a transmeditation timeout. About 9 minutes later, Landon Hartung settles the play down, then uncorks a long ball toward Charlie Rohde. Charlie waits. Somebody on your left. Rohde took it himself. No big deal. Sails into the goal. That was too much for the Wildcats. Marquette records a 3-0 victory over Alpena, and they will have a district final game at home Saturday.
That we control the ball's at our feet, it's not at theirs, and that's one way to defend, is a great offense, and we certainly did that today. We are a relatively young team, as you mentioned, but we do have a number of guys returning from the last couple years on varsity, so they were young varsity players, but they have that experience, and we asked them today to lead the team, and they certainly did.
Marquette will host Traverse City St. Francis Saturday in the district final at 1 o'clock. The Gladiators edged Gaylord 3-2 in overtime this afternoon. Marquette's record is 17-3-2. St. Francis is 14-5-2. The NMU men's soccer team swept the GLIAC Weekly Awards as both Luca Rosen and Asaf Kristal have been honored. Kristal is a redshirt junior keeper from Tel Aviv, Israel. He posted a season-high 12 saves in the 1-0 shutout over Saginaw Valley, which was ranked 17th at the time, and he made double-digit saves again in a 1-1 tie against Davenport. Rosen is from London, England. His first offensive player of the week as boom, scores right there to get that 1-0 win over the Cardinals. Then he added a goal in the 1-1 draw with Davenport. The Wildcats make a return visit to Davenport this Friday afternoon. The Ishpeming Hematites continue to have a strong volleyball season. Tonight, Kat Bierling's squad entertained West Iron County. Ishpeming is wearing the breast cancer awareness pink in this contest. For the Whitegons, Cami Alexa, Lily D'Souza to Lacey Shamian for the cross-court kill, and the Whitegons get the first point of the match. A couple points later, the Whitegons will keep the ball in play and send it back over. Then it's Janessa Engel, Marie Salisbury to bang. Ooh, you don't even get a chance to see that one from Maya Hemmer. Hit the ball on one bounce. Score is knotted at 2. Next point, Lily D'Souza will set Bristol Shamian. Her kill attempt deflects off Maya Hemmer for the point, and it's 3-2 Whitegons. Skip ahead a few points. West Iron County's D'Souza again setting Addie Bortolomeoli for the kill. Hematites in front 7-5. Ishpeming won the first set 25-13 and the match 3-0. Hancock is in the far court and Marquette is in the near court Saturday in the final of the Marquette Invitational. For the Sentinels, it's Kirsten Swanson, Harlow Davis, Presley Mason tips it over for the point, but Marquette trailed 9-3 in the second set. With Hancock leading 10-3, it's number 10, Lucy Biekala, number 3, Bia Lesperance, over to number 13, Romy Koskela, and that one's good. 11-3, Hancock. Marquette, as you can kind of tell already, having trouble earning points in this set. Swanson to Harlow, or Davis, then she sets Kira Doherty for the soft kill in the middle of the court. But Hancock pulled away to take the title. Off this serve, it's Koskela, Alice Larson to Azura Aho for the kill. And the Bulldogs won the championship, taking the final 2-0. In volleyball scores, Calumet had 4 players in low double figures in kills. Amina Tarnowski, Chloe Capo, Braylon Antela, and Grace Kiernan, turning back Nagani 3-1. Kingsford swept Menominee 3-0. St. Ignace in pretty good shape right now, maybe consider for votes in the poll. Saints over Rudyard 3-1, and St. Ignace took the lead in the Eastern UP Conference. Manistee squeaks out a 3-2 win over Gwynn, 15-8 in the 5th set. Forest Park 3-0 over Superior Central. Tonight, Hancock defeated Westwood 3-0. Norway 3-2 over Iron Mountain, again 15-8 in the fifth set. A triangular in the Western UP, Wakefield Marinisco down Hurley 2-0, but we did not hear the other scores from Hurley and Bessemer and Wakefield Marinisco and Bessemer. Houghton defeated Jeffers 3-2. That should be a 3 for Houghton. They won the fifth set 15-10. For the second straight week, Northern Michigan junior libero Liesl Hagen has been named the GLIAC Defensive Player of the Week. The Maple Grove, Minnesota native was everywhere in the court the past weekend for NMU. In Thursday's 5-set win at Michigan Tech, Hagen, who is wearing the yellow jersey, piled up 38 digs, the most by any GLIAC player this season, and the 9th highest total in D2. It's also the second best single match performance in NMU history. She followed that up with another strong outing at Purdue Northwest, adding 22 more digs. The Wildcats will be at the crossover tournament this weekend. And just wrapped up Game 2 of the National League Championship Series. The Los Angeles Dodgers defeated the Milwaukee Brewers by the count of 5-1. Jackson Churio had a home run to right center field to get things going for the Brewers, but Teoscar Hernandez countered that with a home run to left in the second inning. They added another run to make it 2-1. Then Max Muncy homered in the sixth inning to make it 3-1. And Shohei Ohtani, out of a batting slump a bit, getting an RBI single, and the Dodgers go on to win that by the score of 5-1. So they have a 2-0 lead in the series. NBA preseason basketball, Cleveland over Detroit 118-110, and Oklahoma City defeated Milwaukee 116-112. We'll be right back.
We'll take a final look at your forecast. Things are actually going to be really quiet for tonight. We will have mostly cloudy skies, and typically we'll see a pretty big temperature difference, even up to a 20-25 degree temperature difference when we look across the Upper Peninsula, but we're all pretty much into the mid-40s. We have some lower 40s out to Ironwood. We have some upper 40s down to Menominee and out towards Sault Ste. Marie, but really we'll stay into the mid-40s for tonight, and we'll clear that cloud cover out tomorrow morning. We should see plenty of sunshine by the time we get to the late afternoon, early evening, temperatures rounding off locally into the mid-50s. We'll likely see some upper 50s down to the southern portions of the UP. The rain outlook continues to stay very low for us for tomorrow. The next best chance of rain does come for Thursday. So it's, again, a nice, typical, calm fall day on the way for your Wednesday. Take advantage of it, get outside and enjoy. We'll have some scattered showers for Thursday, and we'll kind of do the flip-flop with some rain and then we're dry, rain and then we're dry. That will basically take us all the way till next Tuesday.
Kelly, thank you again. Finally tonight, a connection across continents is bringing new life to the memories of America's World War II veterans. 93-year-old June West from Texas lost her brother William, a U.S. airman, 80 years ago. His body was never found, but his name is etched on a memorial wall in the Netherlands. A Dutch family has adopted his grave marker, and through regular video calls, West watches as they tend to the memorial, bringing her comfort and gratitude across the ocean.
It's a fabulous thing. I mean, you know, he's just a name on a board, and now he's got a family.
All 10,000 graves and memorials at the Netherlands American Cemetery have been adopted by Dutch families. That's all we have for right now, everyone. Catch us back here tomorrow at